September 2020, brought to court a certificate of urgency seeking for orders that this Honorable Court be pleased to order the release of his Kenyan and separate passports held in court to facilitate his travels for vital business meetings and engagements abroad as per the travel itinerary he has indicated. He has disclosed in his application that he wishes to travel to DRC and Zambia for his business meetings between the 30th September and the 7th of October this year. Between the 8th of October and the 6th of November, he wishes to travel to the UK for his lawyers and medical meetings. To his application is attached several documents in support of the various engagements. It is worthy of note at this stage that these documents have not been controverted by the investigating officer in his supporting affidavit in opposition to the release of passports dated the 29th of September. To this end, in absence of any evidence to controvert these documents, the court can only be left with no option but to assume that the same are authentic, and the prosecution having no reason to doubt them, that they are also genuine. Mr. Miller, for the applicant, submitted that in great details about how the applicant was charged in court. He has also submitted that the accused person is an international businessman with business interests both locally and abroad, a fact not disputed by the prosecution. He further submitted that the applicant has been allowed by the court to travel out of the country and has always returned back to the country and proceeded to deposit his passports back in court. This fact has also not been denied by the prosecution. The prosecution, through Learned State Counsel, has opposed the release of the accused passports on the ground that he is a flight risk. This, according to the Learned State Counsel, is supported by the ground that the accused person is a holder of 2 passports and is therefore likely to abscond. It has also been argued that the meetings that the accused person wishes to attend to can also be held virtually, which while the accused person is still in Kenya. Though the accused person has been allowed to travel previously, Learned State Counsel has had the court to look at and decide each application on its own merits and each application as a unique application in its own circumstances. I've looked at the application and I've considered the submissions by the defense and the prosecution. I find that under Article 49(1)H of the Constitution, each arrested person has a constitutional guarantee to be released on bond or bail on reasonable conditions pending a charge or trial unless there are compelling reasons for that person not to be released. The right to bond is a constitutional guarantee and not a privilege. These conditions, the conditions set by the court should also be reasonable, in other words, not punitive or burdensome to the accused person. The only reason why the prosecution opposes the release of the accused person at this point is that the accused person, according to the prosecution, is a flight risk. They have also gone to state that they have submitted before court that there are compelling reasons to deny by the prosecution that he is a flight risk. The fact that the accused person legally holds 2 passports is not a ground to prove that he's a flight risk. The Kenyan Constitution grants him the right to hold the 2 passports as submitted by Mr. Miller, and assist him to ensure that there is ease in his travel during his business engagements. Though it was submitted that the accused person can hold virtual meetings, I do find that, again, neither the court nor the prosecution can dictate to the accused person how to conduct his business if this is seen in any way to infringe his freedoms of movement, association, and also to infringe into his right of privacy, both in private and in cyberspace. Again, the prosecution did urge the court to look at the spatial circumstances of this application vis-a-vis the other applications earlier made by the accused person before court, conditions set by the court in his bond terms. I am not convinced that the accused person is a flight risk at all to warrant him to be denied a temporary release of his passports to travel abroad. It has also not been indicated, even remotely, that his travel abroad will also in any way interfere with the trial or delay this trial in any way. I will, in upshot, allow the application by the applicant and order as follows. 1. that the applicant's Kenyan and secret passports be temporarily released to him forthwith. And 2, that he's granted permission to travel to DRC, Zambia, and the UK between the 30th of September this year and the 6th of November this year. And number 3, that upon his return to the country, the accused shall forthwith deposit back his 2 passports in court on or before the 16th day of November this year. And number 4, that Peter Mureithi Githua, a surety was previously stood surety to guarantee the return of the accused person, shall be allowed to stand surety for the applicant to ensure his return to the country, and the executive officer in releasing the passport shall rely on the documents earlier deposited by the said Peter Mureithi Githua. And number 5, that this calendar of November to confirm that the accused person has returned to the country and that he has forthwith deposited his 2 passports in court.
Most obliged,